Okay. Now we're gonna do Kuprum and Folykl. Armed with your blah 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 blah. Oh yeah. Also, I apologize in advance if you're watching this one before the L word one. I don't read over things. I don't recap when I do these, and I do them out of order sometimes. So, if you haven't watched the L word one, read that one first, because I'm not gonna go over it. Okay, Kuprum and Folykl. Wandering deeper into the city, you wash up on the shores of what looks like a rougher part of town. Comparatively, everything about Alterna is rough, but down here the streets get narrower, dingier, and the buildings are run down. Street lights flicker and the patrolling drones look less inclined to serve and protect and more likely to shoot you and claim it was self-defense. Oof. You haven't seen any tracks, but if you had, this place would definitely be on the wrong side of them. Again, emphatically, you don't know what you're talking about. Everything you know has been gleaned from this exceedingly painful trial by fire. But this looks like the sort of place no one cares about, except the people who live there. A noisy group of trolls spills onto the street up ahead, and you quickly duck behind a row of garbage cans. You have recently become gun-shy around groups, especially since most of these guys look fancy and are wearing symbols in varying shades of blue. Not to generalize, but blue bloods are starting to freak you out. Everybody here messes with you, but the higher castes do it with a government sanction. These particular blue bloods all look as lost as you did several friends ago, gazing around in varying flavors of bemusement and frustration. They glance nervously between each other and the looming buildings on either side. Wow! Okay, so her toes are just kind of out there. Love her. Cake suggested give them douchey nasally voices because they're grems. These little gremlins. So I will try something like that, but if it's ugly, I'm sorry. With a hot jolt of adrenaline, you realize you aren't the only person hiding in a pile of garbage. There's someone else. Two someones, actually. What you initially take as one large lumpy troll resolves on second glance into two smaller trolls, a girl and a boy. The girl is clinging to the boy's back like a very greasy sloth. It looks like a pretty precarious position in your opinion. You've recently become an expert in falling down. They are both skinny and stringy, and damn, you thought that smell was from the garbage, but it might be them.
Blue's just busy living their pathetic lives, walking out of their hives.
Straight into our trap. I'm gonna be figuring this out along the way. I don't want it to sound just like Amicia, but I don't know. It might accidentally sound like that at some point.
Idiots never see it coming.
You ask if they mean the trolls out on the street. Probably you should just mind your own business, but when the fuck have you ever done that before? Also, it's nice to see someone besides you getting mocked for once. You kind of want to join in on the mocking.
Who the fuck are you? Where do you come from?
A trash creature. Born out of trash. Well, so much for not getting mocked. These two are probably equal opportunity mockers, though. They mock everyone, kind of like Polypa had been with murder. They keep sniggering. You can't help thinking you were being called out. I'm gonna take it lying down. I'm gonna save first. Boop. Yeah. I don't need any of these saves, really. Take it lying down. You never thought about a weirdly... What the fuck? You never thought about what a weirdly sexual idiom that is. Regardless, you decide to swallow your protests. Hey, that's pretty sexual. Also, thanks, English language. You don't want to start out a friendship with hostility. If you'd had parents, they would have told you that two wrongs don't make a right. You could argue it isn't worth trying to befriend people who open with insult, but that's just how people are here. You gotta roll with it or get out of town, and since you literally can't go anywhere, you'll just roll. And you really, really want more friends. Addiction is a powerful thing. You admit that you don't have a lucis, and that you are pretty used to insults these days. You include an affected shrug to demonstrate just how easily everything rolls off your back. You add in a contrite little kick at the pavement and hang your head, even if you aren't quite sure what you did wrong.
Haha, rusty dunks on their own damn self. Don't have to do shit. This could be kind of relaxing for us.
The girl turns her weird spidery face toward you.
You should come hang out.
Wait. What? You want to hang out with this bottom feeder? They look like a huge drag. I already have enough dead weight with your ass to drag around.
Oh man, you really hit the jackpot with these two. 2 friends for the price of 1.
To answer your earlier question that you may have forgotten you asked, Kuprum hacked their palm husks GPS to bring them down here.
Idiots can't do shit without their fancy tech.
The blue bloods are all arguing now. Somebody throws a punch. You figure it's a good prank if a little mean-spirited. Folykl stops yanking at Kuprum's hair and looks at you.
Wow, you really are pretty basic. Hey, Kuprum.
She gives his hair another yank, like it's reins and he's her horse. Kuprum grins, showing up a bunch of big, blunt teeth. He raises a hand that crackles with white-hot energy. Your stomach clenches and your feet leave the pavement just enough for your toes to drag along the ground as you float over to them. For a few seconds, you have zero control over your body. Kuprum lets you go, and you land hard enough on your heels to make your ankles twinge. One of the flickering streetlights shines down on Folykl's face. What you had initially taken as deep-set eyes are actually no eyes. They are black holes in her face. It looks super creepy and also super painful.
Yeah? So what? You think I would just have eyes like some kind of normie?
You would never accuse her of that. That isn't really a word you have in your lexicon. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I do.
Lol.
He keeps doing that, saying the word instead of laughing. It's actually a hell of a power play.
Goddamn idiot doesn't know a case of void rot when they see it. Have you ever met a gold blood before?
You have, but you aren't sure if Sarava counts. They're an internet celebrity, for one thing. For another, they have eyes. Well, one eye, and the other one wasn't lost to void rot, whatever the hell that is. You wonder if that's why she's on top of Kuprum. Like he's some kind of combination steed and seeing eye dog.
Void rot means my body doesn't retain energy like it's supposed to. Just look it up on Goragol. It means I'm dying constantly, all the time.
You almost point out that technically everyone is dying all the time, but you sense that this isn't the moment for fake deep fuckery. That really sounds like it blows, though. You tell her how sorry you are.
What do you mean, why? Would you be sorry you didn't do anything besides stand there looking ugly?
Idiot thinks it makes a difference. Like what they think actually matters. Lol.
Can't wait for Trizza to take this one down to the coal fields for a little R&R.
Rest and relaxation? That sounds nice, actually.
Rampage and rending.
Ah!
Wow. And here was me thinking we could get through a whole conversation without bringing up precious Trizza.
Lol, Trizza rules. I love Trizza.
I know, dipshit.
You rack your recent memories, trying to figure out if you know what a Trizza is, or who.
Trizza is basically the third member of this relationship, considering how goddamn horny you are. To get her cybernetic tentacles up in you.
Wow.
What? Is that supposed to make me feel bad?
Sounds great, actually.
You watch too much Eastern Alternian pornography.
Is that hentai? Sorry, I missed that one, but it said, it'll be way better than sitting around with you. Always sucking me dry. This sure is something you're witnessing right now. Right here. It must be that black rum stuff the zebra had briefly filled you in on. You cock a hip and compliment them on the obviously incredibly healthy pitch romance they got going on here. Because, as everyone knows, there's nothing two people in a lover's spat like more than someone interrupting them to spout random bits of cultural knowledge. That separates them, metaphorically at least. Physically, Folykl stays clinging to Kuprum's back. Wrong again, fuckabulge.
We're pale.
So pale. Oh, pale. That's the nice one. The penning one, where you talk about your feelings and then don't have sex.
What? You got something to say?
I'm gonna save here. So, pale was a good guess. Good on you, fandom. Whatever. I'm gonna tell them that they don't really have their shit together. You mentioned just offhandedly, chill as hell, that maybe they might have a few things that they need to work on. No pressure or anything. Just, this is the sort of stuff a helpful friend does. Mentions shortcomings and crappy relationship dynamics. Having friends is great. The light glitters on Kuprum's goggles, even it is sucked into the black hole of Folykl's not eyes.
You calling me out? You coming into my hive and spouting this shit?
You point out that this is just a trash heap, though you don't want to judge. He might have a trash hive.
It's a figure of speech. Kind of like, go fuck yourself.
Both of them look pissed, but Kuprum looks extra pissed.
I know what this is.
Damn it. Sorry.
You really think you can give Fall what she needs? What she craves?
He's making it sound like a fetish, rather than a medical condition. Maybe it's both.
You really want to come at me, motherfucker?
The hairs on the back of your neck stand on end. That's how loud he yells. Or maybe it's the crackles of energy slowly emanating from his pores and building like a sine wave. At first you think it's just you finally cracking under all the pressure, but it's really happening. The glow of white-hot electricity rolls up his arms and shoulders and into Folykl, where it travels over the length of her body and centers where her eyes should be. She shivers and lets out a short, slightly lewd sound. Her hands tighten in Kuprum's wild hair. Man, you really should be watching this. You are blushing something fierce. But, okay, you think you get what's going on, a kind of symbiosis. His energy overflows when he gets upset, and Folykl sucks up that energy to treat her void rot. He is her giant battery. You remember Sarava mentioning the powerful gold bloods have a tendency to get harvested for their energy. Maybe Kuprum is one of those powerful psychics.
Ha! He wishes. Triz is gonna chew him up and spit him out. Then I'm really gonna have to find another sucker to leech off.
Folykl isn't looking at you, considering, well, you aren't actually sure if she can see you. Definitely not with her eyes, since she doesn't have those. Maybe she's like a cricket. Don't they hear with their legs or some horse shit like that?
What?
Sorry.
What? This guy? Please.
Sure. Why not? I'm getting sick of your shit. Anyway.
Oh god. Are they breaking up right in front of you? Folykl Okay. Alright. That was terrifying. Folykl crawls down off of Kuprum's back and starts across the filthy alley floor toward you, scuttly and bug-like, and now instead of yelling, Kuprum is sniggering. Actual laughter, not lols. That's a good sign, right? It's great when friends can laugh together, especially when shit get awkward.
You think you can power me the way I need?
Whoa! She's right in your face. She really needs a shower, but you don't have room to talk. It's been a long time since Tagora's ablution trap. Besides, Judging someone based on their personal hygiene is shallow, right? It's what's on the inside that counts. Yeah, you're sure that's the sort of thing that makes you deep. Seriously, you have so much love to give. Friend love is what you're all about. Maybe this is what all that desperation has been leading up to, the slow raising of your friendship level in order to reach this peak of unbelievable bro power. To free this young Goldblood from a codependent relationship, you've been conditioning your body, putting it through its paces, building up a tolerance to bullshit, and just bathing in metaphorical resonance. Folykl kisses you. That's... I didn't mean that! I didn't want her to actually do that! I'm kind of, like, not into it now. Okay. Folykl kisses you. Wow, that is friendly. Lots of people kiss their friends, you pretty sure. Maybe? Yeah, you're super progressive. This is fine. You sort of wish that the first alien tongue you've had in your mouth didn't taste like Cheetos. But you can't have everything in this life. But holy shit, you're doing it. You feel a rush of energy flow through you, lighting up your whole body and pouring into Folykl, filling her to the brim with the power she needs, the power she craves. God, you are the best friend ever. It's you. You rock. You're seriously...
Lol.
Are... La 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 la. The best.
La 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 la.
Oh, son of a bitch. You feel something warm on the back of your neck and Kuprum is giggling right next to your ear, somehow while you were busy kissing his girlfriend. He snuck up from behind and started kissing you too. Well, more than putting his mouth on you and moving his tongue around, he must be feeding psychic energy into you, which Folykl is sucking out of your mouth. They're using you like a goddamn copper wire. You could maybe be into it if you weren't behind a dumpster, and if you were looking for anything more than some good old-fashioned wholesome friending.
Kuprum, fuck off. Don't help. You aren't involved in this.
Kuprum is still laughing, and when he's added the lulls back in again, which you like even less when they're pressed against your neck, he steps back and the flood of energy lets up. You go from feeling like a light bulb to feeling like a steadily deflating balloon. Folykl kisses you again. It still tastes like Cheetos, but also like dying. Like your entire body has been placed in a juicer, and a giant is squeezing down. Your muscles twitch and drool drips out of the corner of your mouth. Folykl must be the only thing holding you up, because when she steps back, you slump to your knees, then go down on your side. Your fall is broken by some old rotten fruit. Cool. Folykl stands silhouetted against the streetlight in all her greasy glory.
Thanks, Normie. That'll hold me for maybe like the next 15 minutes.
A fog closes in on you as you lie on that filthy pavement. Is it the fog of death? Or just impending unconsciousness? You don't know. One thing is for sure, though. It is not the fog of impending friendship. So, I just got assaulted. That's cool. What the fuck? Oh, this made me more uncomfortable than the diamond route. Oh, and I'm sorry I wasn't able to upload that one. I played it before I got the idea of making these Let's Plays. But, that wasn't very yummy, I would say. I didn't like that. Oh, God. Listen. I'm still, like, supportive of the whole gremlin thing, right? But, like, I wasn't expecting them to be that yuck. And so, I mean, I liked Folykl for a good long while, just because she's, like, a cute little gremlin, right? But I'm a little conflicted. Just a wee bit. Just, like, a real wee bit. Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the stick up for yourself. You put it to them, offhandedly, that perhaps it is they who are the trash creatures, since they are the ones who smell like they've been rolling in it for the past few days. For some reason, this makes them laugh even harder.
Kuprum, check out the badass. we got here.
My face when freaky coalbait nerd lord talks back. Why don't you run and cry about it?
Yeah. Go and tell your Lucis on us.
The girl tugs at the boy's hair, and then they're off, cackling and running up the street with a weird stumbling gait. They leave you on all your lonesome fresh friendship opportunities withering on the vine. You probably dodged a bullet, but you can't prevent the oncoming. Game over. It's for the best. It really is. It's for the... Sorry if that cut off. The game randomly, crashed on me. It's done that a few times, which I'm not surprised about, but as I was saying, yes, it is for the best that they run away. It's for your goddamn safety and your innocence, maybe? Because... Oof! That last one was a little... Oof! Right. Yeah, I was right in doing the save, because then it takes me this away. And I tell them that you guys seem like you have a wonderful, stable relationship. Right.
Glad you understand.
You don't feel great about this. It's not cool to tell lies, especially not to your new friends, but it's also not cool to neg your rad new friend's relationship. Especially when you don't know how the fuck any of this stuff works. Honestly, you should probably just come up with some sort of mnemonic for just how little well you know about anything. You don't know what that means. YDKWTM. You'll workshop it.
Well, you actually seem okay. Obviously a huge normie freak. But okay.
You wonder what kind of people Kuprum has been hanging out with if he thinks you look normal. At this point, you're what? Dressed in a bathrobe, sunburned, and lathered in sparkly lotion, and probably a bunch of other stuff you can't really remember right now. His friends must look really wild. You hope whoever those friends are will be your friends too. You are picky about looks. The group of blue bloods out on the street, maybe they could use some friends too? You're guessing the vapors at just the thought of all these potential connections. You start around the dumpster to find out. Kuprum grabs the back of your shirt. You start around the dumpster to find out. Kuprum grabs the back of your shirt.
Where do you think you're going?
Idiot tries to make decisions for themselves. The decisions are bad. Nobody is fucking surprised. Lol, 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 lol.
You point out very respectively that all these people look pretty lost and confused. You assume the prank is over now. Everyone can shake hands and go on as friends. This is idiotic considering what you have learned about Alternia up until now.
Not a prank. This is war.
It's not over until all of them are dead or crying.
Well, okay. As long as you aren't the one dead or crying. None of these high bloods look too close to doing either, though. They are standing in a clump in the center of the street. Nervous, but fine. This is just a minor inconvenience, like a flat tire or a spilled cup of coffee. They have been lured into the slums by some greasy nerds, but Folykl and Kuprum don't seem to plan on doing anything besides watching and giggling. One of the bloods, a smallish girl with a cerulean symbol on her hair clips, is standing a little apart from the group, furiously texting.
And the feel when dirty blue blood girl starts losing her cool.
Should have known. One of them would crack.
Sorry if I'm getting the spacing wrong. Does it really matter? I don't think it does. You aren't sure what's going on. Yes, I'm good. Still not great.
Regular is calling the damn drones. Usually high bloods wouldn't go running to them like that. Don't want to admit low bloods got one over on them.
When you get owned, fucking own it.
That could go on a t-shirt. Folykl and Kuprum seem bummed that their prank is going to end so fast and with so little damage done. But isn't that the point of a prank? That everyone gets out of it relatively unscathed? Anything more and it becomes an assault. Like you guys did to me last route. Overhead, there is a whir and a clank. Loud, but not loud enough to prepare you for the damn flying bus coming in for a landing out on a street. Holy shit! You don't think you've ever been so excited about public transportation. You are confident that continuing your ramble across this alien world is the best thing for you, but gosh, it would be nice to rest your feet for a little while. Even better, none of the trolls getting on the bus seem to have any money or travel passes. Perfect. You don't have any of those things either. You start around the trash pile again, and this time 2 pairs of hands grab onto the back of your shirt.
Dude, where the hell are you going?
You quickly explain that you want to catch the bus before it takes off again. You have no idea how long it will be before another one arrives. Folykl and Kuprum look at you like you're crazy. Well, Kuprum looks at you, and Folykl looks kind of over your shoulder. You got out looking if someone doesn't have eyes?
Listen, I know we make jokes about the intelligence of everybody around us. It's just our thing. But you are actually mentally handicapped.
You can't just get on a chartered scuttle buggy. That's for cerulean and up. Maybe teal, if they got a death wish.
Ugh, this damn hemo spectrum thing again. You really need someone to sit down and explain exactly how all of this works, preferably without calling you an idiot the whole time, or hitting on you. It just seems so arbitrary. At least the oppressive power structures from your plan make sense. Well, no, they don't, actually, but you're used to them, which make them much better and more acceptable. You hang back as all the blue bloods get on the bus. It occurs to you that even though it was their prank that lured the blue bloods down here, Folykl and Kuprum had to watch it all unfold from behind a dumpster. They don't dare do anything head on. Not that you support just randomly attacking people in the street, but it is kind of fucked up that only a certain kind of violence is acceptable, aimed in a very specific direction. Judging from how easily Kuprum picked you up with his brain, he could hold his own fight in a battle no problem. The bus takes off, blasting a backdraft that rattles the empty cans and crumpled bits of garbage into the gutter. Stillness descends on the alley. Wow, that was anticlimactic. Kuprum said they were calling the drones, but a bus came instead. Maybe calling the drones can mean a whole bunch of things, like calling 911 can be to report a robbery, assault, or someone's leg falling off. Or that's what you think until you hear the distant but quickly closing pound of giant footsteps. Fuck.
Time to go.
Folykl wraps her arm more securely around Kuprum and he takes off, like literally takes off. At first you think he's wearing those shoes with the little wheels on the bottom, the kinds kids wear to crash into stuff at the mall. But no, he's hovering half-inch off the ground. You have to run to keep up with him, and your steps are distressingly loud on the pavement. A familiar weightlessness shoots through your limbs, settling in your guts. Energy crackles around you, picking you up off the ground and pulling you along behind them. He has enough power to float both of you at once, all the while carrying his girlfriend on his back. You don't know how much about psychics, but that is pretty damn impressive. The 3 of you round a corner and you forget all about being impressed because you were too busy freaking the fuck out. You were busy worrying about the drone coming in from behind that you did not consider the possibility of one closing in from the front. This one is smallish, but it's still a lot bigger than you, and a lot spinier, and a lot more endowed with dangerous lasers, and is focused on the 3 of you instead of someone else. You, Folykl, and Kuprum make a similar noise. It goes a bit like, "Ah, smash!" The smash at the ends come from Kuprum picking up all 3 of you up with his brain and tossing you, just as the drone shoots a laser out of its torso. Whoa! It blasts the pavement where you've been standing into craggy, smoking chunks. You tumble feet over ass into the alley wall. A concerning pain twinges through your healing ribs, but you are just so used to injuries at this point you barely wince. Oh shit, my girl. What's more concerning is Folykl. The blast rips her off Kuprum and sends her in the opposite direction, against the alley wall, with you. She immediately curls into a ball like a pill bug with a lot of hair. She doesn't respond when you ask her if she's okay. You aren't sure if you should touch her. You shouldn't move injured people, right? Especially not injured people with void rot.
I'm fine. I'll live. Oh, fuck.
The drone had a 50-50 chance of coming in your direction instead of Kuprum's, and surprise, it did. It moves altogether way too fast for something that size. Aren't big things supposed to be slow? That's what video games taught you. Video games would lie. Would they? Fuck. Shit. Hell, you've come all this way, dodged so many dangers, and made so many friends, and now you're just gonna get lasered by some huge spiky robot monster thing. Are they even robots? They kind of look organic. But so do, like, the couches here. But you digress. It's going to kill you. But instead of dealing you a quick, fatal blow, the drone drops in the center of the street. Its big, ugly head swivels toward Folykl. Oh, God. Is it possible you found someone more culpable than you are? Alternia definitely doesn't seem like a great place to be the weakest link. As usual, you are next to useless. All you can do is watch as the drone takes heavy steps toward her. Desperate, you kick a nearby trash can. You shout, you make as much noise as you can, trying to draw its attention. Once you have it, you aren't sure what you're going to do with it, but you aren't worried about that right now. The drone grinds to an uncertain halt. Its head slowly turns towards you, then back to Folykl. It can't make up its mind. Should it go for Void Rot or the noisy asshole? You look around for weapons while it's frozen in indecision. There's nothing here but empty bottles and tiny pieces of concrete. You really are a worthless wreck. Your new friend is about to get stomped or blasted or kicked with a giant metal leg, and all you can do is hop around like a maniac and smack a trash can. Fuck. Luckily, for once you aren't the only one here. Your new friend already has a friend. You're nearly friend crashing here. Kuprum doesn't screw around. He rises up on a wave of crackling power, attacking the drone by, well, basically just by putting its hand on its big ugly head and discharging as much energy as possible, frying whatever brainstem the thing has. You try to be at least a little bit useful and drag Folykl out of the way of the drone as it falls, but it doesn't fall, it just shuts down. The evil red glow of its eyes dies and it goes still. It becomes just a giant ugly statue of an alien robot in the middle of a filthy street. Kuprum drops like a rock, and before he's even out of the air, he's on his way to Folykl. He shoves you out of the way.
Fall, are you okay?
Please say you're okay. What the fuck, Fall? Folykl buries her face in Kuprum's chest, her two little fists clinging tight to his arms. Her shoulders rise and fall. She's taking huge breaths like she can't get her lungs to work right. Do trolls even have lungs? They probably have something weird respiratory sacs. Breath glands. Suck sphincters.
I'm fine, idiot.
You had a snide comment all ready to go concerning appreciating your loved ones while you can. Before a big metal monster comes up and squishes them. But sitting here watching Kuprum hold Folykl like he never wants to let her go, well, all your snideness drains into a puddle at your feet. You don't know them. You don't know their life. Their relationship might not even be the healthiest, but honestly, whose is? You've seen some really bad shit, both here and back home.
Hey, you okay, dork?
Yeah, you really are. Thanks to them. Aww. Well, maybe I can forgive him for licking my neck. 'Cause they're still kind of precious. Gross. Gremlins. Need to keep their hands to themselves. But otherwise, pretty wholesome. Oh god. I have to say, I think the diamond route left me more disturbed. 'Cause that one was just a whole mess of, like, what? Why? What is happening to me? He took his shirt off, like. But I don't know if I appreciate the Cheeto in my mouth or not. I didn't think the game would take me seriously when I said Folykl would kiss me, but I guess that's just how the way it be sometimes on this bitch of a planet. Okay. Once again, happy Pride Month. I didn't get kissed by the girl I wanted to actually be kissed by, but it is what it is. See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.